The honourable member for Bruce-Grey-Owen Sound has 5 minutes for right of reply.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I want to thank everybody that participated in this important debate because it actually achieved one of my initial aims that I talked about in my initial speech when I introduced this bill, and that's about education. And I'll get into the reasons why that's so important. So, after listening to it, there's actually, I'm not shocked, there's a level of even still misunderstanding of what exactly this bill is. And so I'm going to talk about what it is, what it isn't, and why it's so important. But I just want to really read the crux of what this bill is into the record one more time, because then it's easy to break down. And it's paragraph 13-1, deeming need to know. A member of the Senate or the House of Commons who applies for a secret security clearance from the Government of Canada is, for the purpose of the consideration of their application, that's the important clause, deemed to need access to the information in respect of which the application is made. So my point is, the only thing this bill does is allows parliamentarians to apply for a secret security clearance. The government cannot deny, regardless of who's in government, a parliamentarian from applying. That's all it does. It allows them to apply. Because that is, as we've seen in the historical examples that have come up from multiple, in fact, I would dare say every speaker that spoke to this during this debate on my PMB all highlighted two key examples, the Winnipeg Labs most recently and the Afghan detainee file. So what this bill isn't, as a previous colleague that just spoke to it, this does not guarantee a parliamentarian will pass should they apply. They still have to go through the same security vetting and clearance process that we've been doing for decades, something that I've had that clearance for, well, secret level I've had the clearance, I can't even, it's likely pushing almost 30 years now, 25, and I've been at the TS level for 15 plus. And it doesn't guarantee you have a need to know or that you'll get access to the information, because that is how the system protects it. You still have to demonstrate that to government. So why is this so important? We've heard a little bit about this. The world is more complicated. We've listed a couple historical examples. The most important one that, again, has been highlighted numerous times, foreign interference. When you look at foreign interference, there's lots of cases, and I do applaud the government with Bill C-70. It's going to come and address some of that because it allows changes to the CSIS Act, which then allows CSIS to actually share information beyond just the federal government. Not just to potentially parliamentarians, but again, if they're not cleared, they still can't get that information, but it does potentially will allow CSIS to share information to other levels of government, to industry, to stakeholders, but they have to have the clearance. And we've heard the testimony and speeches here where we know parliamentarians are being targeted. We've seen the original NSICOP annual report of 2019. What was one of the key takeaways? Members of Parliament need to be, or parliamentarians need to be briefed on the threats that they face from foreign interference. We've seen Madam Hoag's the public inquiry into foreign interference, and we've seen just recently the NSIRA report that's come out, and we're only a few days away from seeing NSICOP's latest report. But it's not just those agencies. I just want to read again the recommendation that came out of PROC with unanimous consent just a few weeks ago. Recommendation 3, that the government work with the recognized party whips to facilitate security clearances at the secret level or higher of caucus members who are not privy councillors, particularly those who sit on committees with mandates concerning foreign affairs, national defense, and national security, who shall be taken as satisfying the requirement for, quote, a need to know, unquote, to ensure that they may be adequately briefed about important national security matters, including foreign and intelligence threat activities directed towards Parliament or their party or its caucus members. So the point is, this is already unanimously passed at PROC to basically implement what my bill is trying to achieve. So, Madam Speaker, in conclusion, I haven't heard a single criticism of the bill that actually is based on what the bill will do and what's contained within it. I know members from all parties that I've talked to are going to support this bill. I'm hoping when it does come up for a vote, it will pass unanimously. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Good job.